have you home. So, I have a no contact message straight from your person. I'll be pulling from this deck to tap into how they're currently feeling, how they're viewing you and this connection, and any other important messages they may have for you at this time. Let's go ahead and dive right in and get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. The first card we've pulled from the Energy Oracle deck is the Temple Path. Wow, Divine Feminine, I can feel your energy coming through so strongly with this card. There's something very special happening with you on an energetic level right now, and I'm picking up on it so clearly. It feels like you're going through a spiritual initiation, and the universe is sending you signs in ways you may not have expected. This energy might feel even more intense with the eclipse season, and it's definitely making a big impact on your connection with your person. Typically, it's about masculine energy feeling deeply connected to you, but today, I'm picking up something different. This highlights your underlying energy, the parts of you that you haven't fully expressed, but you're definitely feeling inside. Right now, that energy is being strengthened. You might be feeling like the masculine in your life was brought to you at just the right time. Since the moment you met, you've been changing, mentally, emotionally, and physically. But right now, it's this deep spiritual shift that's standing out. On an energetic level, it feels like this person was sent to you as part of a spiritual journey, almost like an initiation. Even though you've been through many experiences in life and love, being connected to them feels like a first for you, a deep shift you can't quite put into words. But trust me, this is all meant to happen. It's part of a higher spiritual contract between you and this person. Their energy was meant to help you on your path. Okay, so with this person, you treat them in a way that's different from anyone else you've been with. From the way you talk to them to how you move through this connection, it's just different. There's something about their energy that has touched you on a deep level, Divine Feminine. And what's fascinating is that all of this has happened so naturally. It's been an intuitive experience for you. There are things you do, ways you show up in this connection that just feel right. You might not even fully understand why you do these things, but they feel aligned in some way, and that's all you need to know. It might even feel like this masculine energy is guiding you in a way you've never experienced before. This is how you've come to see them. They've created a new way of measuring things in your heart, and the only way to make sense of it is by the way they make you feel. I'm also picking up on something cyclical here, so there's been a bit of inconsistency in this connection, not in a way that's comfortable for you. But even with that, they stand strong in their place. It's like they're getting this special treatment from you, and it's hard to explain or even justify. It's just happening naturally. You might even wonder if this masculine realizes what's happening, or if they know how you truly see them. But I'm getting that, while they may know how their energy affects you mentally and emotionally, they have no clue about the deeper spiritual impact they're having on you. Alright, let's dive into the next message, and the card that we've drawn here is the Angel of Balance. Now, Divine Feminine, I'm picking up on something here, and it might be a little hard to admit, but I know you can feel it. Lately, you've become incredibly sensitive to your masculine's energy, more than usual. You might find yourself feeling them constantly, like their energy is surrounding you all the time. You may even notice the tiniest shift in their energy field, and because you know it's coming from them, it's putting you a little on edge. I totally get that. I'm also picking up on some external energy that's affecting this connection. This could be another layer that's making things feel a bit tricky or off balance right now. You may be at a place where it's hard for you to open up and share your thoughts with others about this, because you know this connection is unique. It's different. There's nothing else you can really compare it to. It's just between you and them, and it's powerful. So, when we talk about this initiation process and what it means spiritually, it feels like this is the first connection you've had that isn't following the usual path. Every other connection you've been in has followed the typical timeline, but this masculine, this one is different. It's like it pulls you out of your comfort zone, completely changing everything for you. But here's the thing. It makes it hard to measure what's happening. You might even be questioning if things are moving forward or going in the right direction. And with the no contact period you're in, it only adds to the challenge. You might find yourself second guessing what you're feeling or wondering what your person is doing behind the scenes. I get it. It's confusing, right? There could also be a lot of telepathic communication happening right now, along with signs and synchronicities from your person. These signs are trying to give you a glimpse of what's to come, but with the energy being so strange, you can't help but wonder, what's next? Is what you're feeling really connected to what's about to happen, or is it something else? What's clear, though, is that this connection is so much bigger than you ever thought. And on a deeper spiritual level, you're starting to ask yourself if this is a good thing or a bad thing. The emotions surrounding this are running so high right now. It's intense, Divine Feminine. You might be feeling all of this in your dream state or even in your body. You could be having random thoughts that aren't even yours, like you're picking up on your person's energy. All of this is connected to your journey and to this bond, but it's also tied to something big that you're going through spiritually. You're growing, evolving, and this journey is taking you to new levels. Alright, let's dive into the next card we've drawn, Door to Value. Wow, if you're feeling this so far, things are about to shift big time in your connection. Over the next couple of weeks, you're going to feel this huge energetic change. It's like waking up in a whole new world, like the fifth dimension, while still trying to figure things out in the 3D world. And get ready, those unanswered questions you've both been wondering about, they're about to be revealed in ways you never saw coming. Right now, even if there's distance between you and your person, trust that they feel everything you're feeling. And Divine Feminine, your person is not at all surprised by the way you feel right now. It's clear that your feelings are on the same page, and there's a deep mutual understanding between you both. What's beautiful here is that both of you are starting to realize the value of this connection in ways you couldn't see before. It's like you're both awakening to the truth of how much you mean to each other and how much potential this bond really has. The more you open up, the more the universe will show you just how much you've grown through this journey together. Keep trusting the process, because the clarity and answers you need are coming to light soon, and it's going to change everything. With the Door to Value card showing up, it's not just about something big happening in the world, it's affecting both of you. Even if you can't put your finger on it, you can both feel it on the inside. I feel like all of this is tied to the eclipse season, which is making relationships shift. And honestly, no one is immune to this energy. Right now, it may feel like your connection is being turned upside down in some way, and all the things that were once hidden or unclear are now coming into the light. This is especially true for your masculine and Divine Feminine. This is why you're feeling so sensitive right now. Everything is slowing down, and it's forcing you both to take a good look at what you really expect from each other. I keep picking up on this idea of initiation. This is a connection that both of you stepped into by taking a huge leap of faith. You started this journey not really knowing how it would affect you, emotionally, mentally, but most of all, spiritually. You probably didn't expect just how aligned your energy would be with the universe itself. So, every time there's a big shift with the planets, you'll feel it in your connection too. Right now, you're both at a turning point, and it's becoming clear that this connection is shifting into a new phase, especially for your masculine energy. They might be going through a lot of changes in their life, even pulling their energy back recently, just because of everything that's been unfolding around them. But here's the thing, both of you are in this space where you don't really know what comes next. It's like you've moved from waiting for confirmation from each other to now waiting for guidance from the universe or from your higher power on how to move forward. It's almost like you're sitting on the edge of your seat, noticing how everything is shifting around you, paying close attention to how you feel, and the little pieces of information that seem to be popping up. This energy feels really high level. It's big, it's powerful, and it's entering your lives in such an unexpected way. Instead of looking outside yourself for answers, Divine Feminine, there's something within you that's calling for your attention right now. It's connected to your masculine, to this bond, but also to the shifts we're all experiencing on a much larger scale. Let's get into the next message here. The card we drew is Contract. This energy is really coming through strong. You can feel your masculine energy stepping forward with this card. This is one of the biggest things being revealed to them during this eclipse season. It's all about how they used to view you versus how they see you now. They're beginning to realize that this connection with you has set everything in motion in their life. In a way, they broke all of their own rules for you, Divine Feminine. And this one change? It's the motivation for everything else in their life shifting. When they first met you, they came into this connection with so many rules. Rules about how to treat you, what to offer, what not to offer. They had their own boundaries and expectations. But now, they're sitting back, realizing that everything they said they wouldn't do, they've already done. And Divine Feminine, I feel like you might be experiencing this too. Once you're on this path together, you open up spiritually. You create a direct connection between the spiritual and the physical realms. This connection can't really be measured or defined in ordinary ways. There will be moments of deep healing and connection, and then there will be times that feel like you're moving backward. But trust me, you're actually moving forward, even if it doesn't always feel like it. Now, as I feel into the energy more, it's clear that this process is not easy for either of you. It's like you're both caught in this balancing act, figuring out who you are in this connection, learning to trust the process, and allowing the space for growth to happen. But what's really special here is that every step, no matter how small, is taking you closer to understanding each other on a deeper, more meaningful level. It's all coming together piece by piece, even if it's hard to see in the moment. I feel like this reading is shining a light on the big shift happening right now from a higher perspective. You two came into each other's lives to shake things up, and they're starting to see that now. They can also see how this shift is actually working in their favor. Maybe they had things planned in a way that kept them from seeing the bigger truth. But now it's becoming clear. This is why you were brought into their life. You're the only one who could make this happen, just by being near them. The energy between you both is incredibly powerful, and it doesn't just create a new path for them, it helps clear away anything that's standing in the way of their true purpose. Right now, you might feel like connecting with this person, or even accepting that you're on this path feels like you're breaking some kind of rule. It might feel like you're doing something wrong, but trust me, it's just because this connection doesn't follow the usual timeline. The way you're meant to measure it is so different from what you might expect. And I really feel like this is coming into focus now, especially during this eclipse season. You see, this is the one connection where breaking free from old patterns, even going through tough moments, is all part of the bigger plan. It's all for a higher purpose. Alright, so I'm picking up that a lot of what's happening in your life right now is bringing you closer to a major realization. Let's see what the next message is here. I'm feeling it. The next card we've drawn is the Lovers. This one is really special. I'm picking up on some deep history with this connection. It's a rare bond, and whenever this card shows up, it signals that you've shared a past with this person. When you first came together, you might have had little to no expectations. You were just enjoying the vibe, going with the flow. But here's the thing. If this masculine could be totally honest with you, they've been struggling to express how they feel. They're dealing with two very different sides of this connection. On one hand, you're their friend, the person they can be raw, real, and completely open with. But then there's the lover side of you, and that's where things start to feel tricky for them. It's that side of you that makes them hesitate, unsure of how to move forward. And right now, that's exactly what's been on their mind, especially with everything going on between you two. They can't help but feel like there's been a separation, not just physically, but emotionally too. It's made it really hard for them to say the things they used to say so easily. It's like the energy of your connection has been shifting from something that always felt relaxed and easy to something that now feels a little more tense. And I can feel that energy shifting in ways that are hard to explain. But here's the thing, there's real chemistry here. It's one of those connections that flows naturally, almost like everything falls into place without even trying. The lines between you two blur so quickly, and they can't explain their actions because they honestly don't know how it's all going to turn out. But even with all that uncertainty, they still have deep feelings for you, no matter where you both are on your journey. They've thought about a future with you way more than they let on, and there's something about you knowing the real, raw version of them that makes you stand out. I'm sure you feel the same way about them too. I'm really picking up on how your energies mesh. It's like this vibe between you both is about to get even stronger as we move through this eclipse season. There's a sense that something behind the scenes is blending, almost like the spiritual side of your connection is being worked on and will soon show itself in the physical world. This eclipse energy is pushing everything to the surface, shaking things up, and once it all settles, you'll start to see how it's all come together. Alright, we're coming to the last card now, and I just pulled the Thinking Man card. This card is really showing us where your masculine's mind is right now. the question that's been going over and over in their head is, what do you want from me? It's like they can't stop thinking about it, and it's a thought that keeps echoing in their mind. But this energy is also tapping into your own process, Divine Feminine. I sense that you're picking up on these thoughts from your masculine. I keep seeing this big question mark, like both of you may not know exactly where this connection is going or what's expected of you at this point. Despite everything that's happened, your person is seriously considering breaking the silence with you. Maybe you two haven't spoken in a while, but lately they've been on your heart in a way that feels different, more intense. This no contact period is shifting, and I'm sensing so much reflection on their part. You may be wondering, where are all these thoughts coming from? Divine Feminine, they're coming straight from your masculine. Their mind is swirling with you and this connection right now, and it's powerful. They might not be feeling totally confident about where they stand with you right now, and honestly, that's making them second guess themselves. They feel like they need to have a plan before they approach you. And I get it, this whole dynamic is making them rethink everything. They're caught in that space between wanting to get closer and not knowing how to bridge the gap, especially because the energy between you both is so powerful. It's like they're trying to figure out how to ground all this feeling that's been building up, but at the same time, they don't really know what you want, Divine Feminine. They're in a place where they desperately want to hear you say it. So here's where it gets tricky. There's been a huge change since you've been apart. Your connection doesn't feel the same anymore, right? What used to flow effortlessly between you now feels like there's something more calculated about it. They've been trying to convince themselves that maybe you're just friends now, but deep down, they're worried that when all this energy settles down, you might not be the same person they fell in love with. And that's something that's been playing on their mind constantly. The fact that they're overthinking everything right now, it shows just how much this shift is really shaking them up. So, if you're wondering what they're thinking or what their next move is, here's the thing, they're waiting. But like they're not even sure what they're waiting for. It's like both of you are in this limbo, unsure of how the other person is feeling. It's like you're both standing there just waiting for one of you to break the silence, right? And it's understandable that your connection might feel a little bit complicated right now, because even the energy in this reading feels scattered, almost like it's still figuring itself out. But here's the good news. As the energy clears, especially with this powerful eclipse season, you both will have new clarity about yourselves, and that's going to help you both figure out where to go next. I also sense that your person is trying to decide whether they should rush in or take their time. Something about this energy is making them slow down, making them really reflect on what's best. Not just for them, but for you too. This is why they're really hoping to understand what it is that you want right now. What do you need from this connection at this moment? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this reading now. If this message resonated with you, make sure to hit the like button on your way out. It really helps me tap into your energy for future readings. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I can't wait to connect with you all again in the next video. Bye for now.